A few days since we had a little chat. Can you bring us up to date with how it went in the reserve game for you?
The reserve game, I wasn't at the game, but I've just watched it this morning because we recorded the game. So I think it's good that the players don't. Obviously, you sometimes get a different reaction when you stood on the sidelines. So I wasn't at the game, and they didn't realise that it was being recorded. So it gives me just another way to look at it and see what the reaction is to the game and what they're doing in the game. So some good and bad points to come out of that, but it's another win, and you can't it's just a good habit to have if it's in the reserves or whatever. So I'm pleased that they won.
And Tom Forrester got back on the pitch as well. What's the reaction from him, and have you spoke to him since he's got some minutes under his belt?
I spoke to him this morning. He's going to come and see me tomorrow in the morning. We're going to have a chat because he's somebody that I need to speak to. But pleased to see that he's back, and obviously he only played 45 minutes, but he was a threat in that game. He scored a goal, so it's very much down to him and I suppose what he wants to do in his career, what he wants to, what type of career he wants to have for himself. It's just all down to him.
Is that what the chat is going to be about?
It's just going to be about the only way anybody benefits is if he's playing football regularly, and if he's playing to his potential, and if he does that, then the club will benefit, but the lad will benefit, and like I say, I just need to spell out what we'd like from him. But at the end of the day, it's up to him, and that'll be key.
We're in that situation in the time of the year where that transfer window doesn't open till January for you to start having a look at seriously to what you want to try and add to your squad. So what else are you looking at between now and then? Are you looking at trial lists and potential non-contracts, or is it just a matter of just looking at your own players to get the best view of what they can offer?
I think you've got to look at your own players. I think that's first and foremost. We need to get the players that we have at the club performing to the best of their abilities. You obviously you get inundated with people trying to get your players, but experience would say that you're very unlikely to get somebody who's out of contract and be getting them straight in and putting them straight into the first team. So you're always looking, but I think the priority is to try and work with the players that we have. The ones that have not had a lot of game time, we've got to try and get them more games, as many games as possible, and then we've got to keep working at what we believe is the best formation for the players we have, and I'm more focused on our own players rather than looking at other players.
What's your overall SP on Tyler Denton at the moment? What's happened there in the last week or so?
It depends what you mean by what's happened.
In terms of him, not going in and out of the team, coming off and then not getting back on. And is there a problem, or?
It's only a problem if you want to make it into a problem. I don't see there's no problem whatsoever. If a player plays well, he stays in the team. If he's not playing well, then I have to look to take him off or change the team. But there's no problem with him. He's actually in the office now with the coaching staff, just looking at a few clips of games that he's played, and he's shown a good attitude since he was left out last week, and that's what I want. He may feel he was unfortunate not to be in the squad last week, but what you're looking for is a reaction from the player, and that's been very positive, and like I say, he knows that he has to do better than he's done in his last two games.
And just on Ben Whitfield, when we spoke about him, you were waiting on the scan. You told us that it's very doubtful now he's going to play this Saturday. He might have to miss the next game. What have you got a right up to date now on that injury, and what has happened?
The medical view is that he'll be out for 4 to 5 weeks, but my view is that he'll be out less than that. But I'm not I respect the medical opinion, but obviously you have an opinion yourself based on what you've seen and over the years and whatever, and what the players attitude is and everything like that. So, you know, hopefully we can get him back fitter than that.
You brought your
quicker than that. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. You brought your backroom team in to work with you, and you brought John Rudge back as well. And I think we just mentioned briefly that you felt as though, you know, him coming back to the club has perked him up and brought him back into sort of football. Have you judged that now and feel he's, you know, benefiting from being involved in a professional club day to day?
I think John's had a long history of being involved in football, and I think when that's taken away from you and you end up not having it in your life, it does become a big miss. You obviously don't want to have the pressure of getting results, I don't think, especially as you know, getting on in years, but certainly to have the opportunity to come in and to be involved around players and staff, and it's something that I feel he's enjoying. And John's, like I say, he's very experienced, and he's somebody that we can all speak to. But at the end of the day, he's you know, outside of football, I do feel it's good for any person. I feel you've got to stay active, and once you're sort of retiring, you don't want to just be sitting without anything to do. So I think it's given John a goal, and I think he'll benefit from that, you know, just in general.
Just a bit of work to go between now and the next game, and you'll be ready for the next challenge of Swindon.
I feel our job is always to make sure that the players are ready for every game, but you can never legislate the result or what's going to happen in the game. But we will be prepared, and we'll have a plan that we'll try and implement on the game. It's down to the players to do it, but like I say, there's nobody's going to give us anything. We're going to have to work exceptionally hard in every game to try and get results.